Good morning, good morning. Good morning, traders. How are we all doing today? Today is May 6th, 2025. Market opens in about 5.5 minutes. And just like we said last night, all it has to do is get below 480. And it is. It's at 479.50. Cross over this moving average on the 30-minute. 1 hour gets down to 477, and then the 4 hour maybe even to 460. Okay, so we want to be very careful with this today. But it is selling off. It could retrace at any moment for any reason. But we are now back to that Thursday low at 479. So love to see it. We're going to get our links shared and spread around. And then we'll begin our live trading session today. Yes. You guys are all happy to be here. I know I certainly am. All right. You guys hear me okay? You guys can see me okay? All right. Links are shared. We're going to see what happens with the bulls, if they're going to try to step in today. And I hope you guys are all having a fantastic morning. Great start to your day. All right, still continuing to sell off. Love to see it. That's still selling off. I believe this could probably sell off majority of the day. But we're going to see if we get a bounce here. If it doesn't hold up on the 4 hour, we could see it come back down even lower. I mean, this thing is just selling off. But I'd hate to buy in 3 minutes or 2 minutes until market open, and then it starts to skyrocket up. Okay. So we are going to be patient today. All right, links are shared. Get me a water so we can begin our training session. Okay, we're still waiting here. Paul Tudor Jones says stock market will hit new lows even if Trump cuts China tariffs to 50%. Whoa. That's a crazy thing to say. Okay. Possibly make new lows. Even with tariffs, could we double our money here? From $30 to $60 by just holding? That'd be pretty sweet. Market's open, guys. Market is officially open. QQQ trying to recover. See what happens here. All right, there we go. Pushing up. Can it hold? Trying to recover. I believe it can, yes. I don't believe it can recover, but I do believe we're going to get a lot of that choppiness today. It continues to sell off. We're going to be perfectly fine. I have no open trades right now. But markets are selling off today. Will they continue to drop, or are we going to get a nice oversold setup for the bulls? PLTR reported earnings. Big drop down from 130 to 110. Has a support around 111. So we'll see what happens if it holds that support. Here we go, pushing up. Very beautiful. 479 to 480. Let's see here. Are we going to get a retest and then a bounce? I'd love to see that. Hims also reported their earnings. Sold off a bit, recovering. Tesla pushing up, Apple pushing way up, Microsoft, Nvidia selling off, Meta selling off, Netflix pushing up, Costco selling off, Tesla trying to push up, Google selling off. Trying to recover here after a major sell-off today. Yesterday it ran all the way up from 484 to 489, a 1% profit or $5 per share. Even if you had 25 shares or 20 shares, that's $100. See what happens here. If we get some type of reversal setup, a rejection off of this moving average, or are we just going to bust through the moving average and push our way back up? Now I do have a PMI report today. Pretty sure. Let's take a look. Possibly want to short this at 30. We're going to wait. We're going to wait and hold. We're going to wait and see. Does this continue to push up for no reason? Today, trade balance was worse than expected. And then tomorrow will be the day. The FOMC statement, Fed interest rate decision tomorrow at 2 p.m. Tomorrow when the market closes. Hello, hello, welcome. Hello. We are live. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. Let's begin. Let's get started. What are we gonna buy? Nasdaq looks overbought. So if it gets rejected off of this moving average, we can get more selling pressure here, okay? So we're sold on a larger time frame. See if we bounce off of this moving average like we have in the past. See what QQQ is going to do. Does it push up above or does it get rejected? Right now, sentiment is strong rejection here. PLTR breaking 110. What's going to happen here? Markets are trying to recover. See how on Friday it pushed up and then sold off? Yesterday it pushed up and then sold off way more than it pushed up. I wonder if it's going to do the same thing today, where it's going to push up and then possibly sell back off. We want to get a strong rejection here. If not, this thing's going to push up. Go. Still getting rejected. Holding. Holding. Dang, look at him's 38 to 43. Wow. That's $5 per share right there. PLTR 108. I can't get enough of hymns. That's crazy. to 72. Too risky. Yeah, look at the market. Good thing we didn't short it, right? I'm gonna buy 10 here. I'm gonna buy 10 shares of SQQQ. We're holding here. Possible selling pressure still. Could come back up and retest moving average. Okay, it's going to validate moving average. Does it hold or does it sell off? If it holds, we're going to be very bullish on the day at least. Market's trying to recover. Yep, gonna bounce right off of this little line. 478.50. 479. Okay, we're just holding. We're just waiting to see what happens here before adding more to our position. We want the market to sell off, not push up. Looks like it's going to try to push. $481. No momentum for anything. Just trying to be patient here. This could actually recover more than it could sell off here. Let's see. It's holding above that moving average for the first time today. Markets are not looking good here. You're going to break above or break below, guys. And the lower it is, the better entry we can get. Not making any new highs here. No, wait, there we go. Pushing up. Sorry, my friends. Just waiting here, waiting to add. $30.05. I'm gonna buy 10 more here at $30.08. We have 20 shares here. QQQ trying to sell off back below that moving average, trying to hold support there for dear life. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Here we go. We're going to be adding more again to it as it consolidates at this level or makes lower lows. I do believe the market is still completely overbought from a high standpoint here. Rejection period. It wanted to hit that 490 mark, and what did it do? It did. It hit 490 very easily. On the 1 day, it hit that green 200-day moving average, and now it's selling off. Right, back down, pushed up, got rejected hard, pushed up, got rejected hard. So now we're just waiting to see what happens. Does this continue to get rejected? SQQQ pushing up slightly. Going to be patient. We're going to be light on our position. 20 shares or $600 is nothing compared to what I normally trade with. QQQ selling off. Let's see if it can hold and get down to lower lows. That'd be beautiful. Lower lows. Nice big sell-off. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. Uh-oh, here we go. Just selling off. Continuing to sell off here. I'll add more in the 30-30 range if it breaks that 30-30 range. I'm gonna add some more. Got a good average price, $30.07. Good average price. Markets need to make lower lows though. We need to get lower than 479, 479.16. Back below 480. Nasdaq selling off. Should be able to see some selling pressure with other companies here. Apple selling off hard. Microsoft selling off hard. Microsoft trying to hold, but everything is selling off. Like to see it. Consumer confidence in 15 minutes. Well, in about 10 minutes. Market trying to push up. Unable to hold. There we go, looking good on our SQQQ position, which is basically shorting the market. Yo, good morning. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome back, Jizz. Markets are selling off, man. Everything's selling off today. 489 down to 479. trying to recover, but I don't think it's going to here. It's going to test this moving average, and if it fails this 45-day exponential moving average, it's going to really drop. It's going to really, really come down. Let's see what happens. Back at that key level here. Do we get more of a drop? I think so. I'm going to add to my position if it pushes above 30.30. I'm going to be adding to my SQQQ position. And why didn't I add down here at the bottom? I could have, but it could have sold off more. So we're waiting for confirmation as it pushes up. If it breaks through this 30.36 resistance and continues to sell off even more, then we can add to our position as this continues to push up. Now remember, SQQQ could push up to $31 today. It could push up to, $60 if the market does sell off the way we want it to, right? And go all the way to $60. We could double our money no matter how much you put in here. But it is a very risky trade. You are shorting the market, okay? I want you to be aware of that. There it is. Selling pressure. Woo! Big selling pressure here. We're going to go ahead and buy 20 more shares. And yes, I did buy them up here at market due to the breakout, right? I'm buying them because of the breakout. We have a breakout above. Let's see if it holds. QQQ continues to sell off. And there it is. Look at this. It breaks this little blue line. It's coming back down even more, guys, on the 4-hour. Okay? Setting up here. Same thing here. If we don't get a bounce off of 477 on this green line, then we probably won't get a bounce. Right? It's just going to continue to sell off. Trying to retrace here. Holding 40 shares. Good. Any moves today? Yeah, the market goes pretty off some steam. Let off steam. I took a position in Amazon. Hopefully Hood sells off at 44 for me to buy more shares. Hood? Take a look. Oh yeah, beautiful. Well, there you go, buddy. 44, we might be able to get there. Yeah, we probably hit 45, honestly. Possibly 45.50, 44 maybe. Yeah, everything's discounted today. Just know the cheap can get cheaper. This can continue to sell off even more. Woo, TQQ still breaking above that moving average. Love to see it. As long as this pushes up, we will continue to make money here. Nice. Got 43.8 off of Fibonacci levels. I got cash in my account. Trying to be patient. Yep. The more patient you are, the more money you can make by getting a better entry price. Now, honestly, I should have got all 40 shares down here. But hey, that's okay. It's all right. We wanted to wait for confirmation. 10 at 30.05, 10 at 30.09, and 20 at 30.42 after that nice little breakout. Markets are going to continue to sell off here, down to 478.50. 478.50. Ooh, love it. Let's see. More selling pressure. Yep, there we go. More selling pressure. This is going to push up. Let's keep pushing. We're going to get the recovery here. Possible support level. 478.50. Obvious resistance now here. Here we go. Let's see. Are we locking in profits, or is this going to sell off more? Being patient. Being patient here. SQQQ to 30.50. We're up almost 1% on our trade. Get down just a little bit lower, maybe another $1 before we get a retest. Looks like we might get a retest here, 478.50. Ooh, look at that consolidation right there. Are we going to get a reversal? Or is this going to sell off more? Being patient. Look at all this red, though. It deserves one green candle for recovery. It really does. This is it, though. I think this is the green candle, maybe. Before we get several more red candles. QQQ slowing down. We may have to decide to lock in profits here. 30.42. When in reality, I didn't even have to buy those 20 shares. Could have went and bought the reversal as this pushes up. So that would have been nice, right? See what happens here. Cash on hand definitely makes you anxious. 2 makes moves but don't want to make dumb moves. Yeah. Yeah, it makes you anxious to make moves. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Look at that. I already gave back most of my profits. I didn't give them back yet, but look at this retracement. Oh, we're going to continue to push up. We're going to get rejected. This was the move I was waiting for where we should have added. We should have added down here for the retest. The break, the retest, and we'll see if we get the retest and hold. I'll buy my one lucky share here. How about that? I'll buy my one lucky share here. Still looking good. Retesting. We got to get that retest here. QQQ. Continuing to sell off, getting rejected off of that 9 EMA on the 1 minute. 5 minute continuing to get rejected. Very bearish today, guys. Very bearish, and also getting rejected off of that daily here. See that? Got rejected. Could come down a lot more. 4 hour, it's right there on that 45 EMA. And on the 1 hour, it's going to be testing that 200-day moving average pretty soon. Report comes out in a minute and a half. Consumer sentiment, let's see. Consumer sentiment, struggling. PLTR, selling off. HIMS pushed up from $38 to $48. Pushed up $10 per share. $10 per share it pushed up. Freaking insane. Market's still selling off. Not making higher highs or anything. Not making lower lows right now. A bit of a consolidation for the next 30 seconds or so as we wait for that consumer sentiment report. Okay, 10 seconds here. Need to be ready to sell my position if consumer sentiment is bad. Or if consumer sentiment is good, I'll need to sell my position. Okay, 8 o'clock. See what happens. We'll let the market digest the report. Market's potentially going to sell off more, which means SQQQ can push up. And there we go. Market is selling off, making newer lower lows. QQQ below that support of 478.50. It is below that support and continuing to sell off. Going to be retesting that 45 EMA and going to be testing this 200 moving average here. Hold on. Trying to recover. Bull trap possibly. Okay, here we go. A lot of consolidation at this level. I don't like to see that. It is holding some support. Big green candle here. Give me 1 second. My bad, guys. Nasdaq trying to recover, but dang, it ain't doing so good. What the heck? Apple could be a nice retracement to $100 or to $200. Everything still looks very bearish, guys. Very bearish on the day. It's just the beginning of some bearish territory. Okay. Looks like it wants to hold right here above moving average, but doesn't have to on the 4-hour. I'm curious, are we going to get a retest? We can get a retest here. Huge rejection off of that 45 EMA on the 1 minute. Make sure we stay below this average here. As long as we stay below these moving averages, it'll continue to get rejected and it'll continue to sell off and curl over. Exactly what we want to see here. See if it pushes up or does it get rejected. Now it could go all the way back up to the moving average, right? And then it could get rejected off of that moving average too. I want you guys to be aware of that. The 5 minute usually tells a better picture here, right? As long as it keeps getting rejected off of these levels, we're fine. If it begins to recover, then this will be another key level to look at. And then knowing, hey, we should have bought yesterday. We really should have bought yesterday. That's a beautiful move right there. $1.40 per share. See what happens? It's retesting that previous support of that 479.50. It's got to get above 479.50 in order to be bullish, which it might. It just might. Whoa, big push up from 479.50. Okay, still getting rejected slightly here. See, this is where it would have been better off buying, holding, or locking in profits, and then holding, and then buying again down here on the retest, and getting a nice low average, right? Instead of having a huge average of like 30-30 or something right in here, 30-20, we could have did better and got like a 30-12 average or something. QQQ getting rejected again off of 479. Oh, maybe not. Here we go. Pushing up. BlackRock US China trade tension can trigger supply driven economic contraction. US GDP contracts as recession odds tick up with Fed on hold. Warren Buffett says, expresses disappointment over dollar depreciation. Don't want to own assets in a currency that is really going to hell. Like we might get a recovery here, guys. Might get a pretty decent recovery here from 478 back up to 483 for a retest if it gets up to those highs. That's QQQ coming back down. So that could have been the sell-off, guys, and we missed it. You know, that 489 to 478 could have been that 2.5% sell-off that everyone was looking for. A little bit of a correction, retracement from, you know, getting a little bit ahead of itself. This pushed down 1.75% and then recovered 2.5%. And then it sold off, you know, what the heck? Why is this being stupid? It sold off 1.5%, pushed up a percent point. Here we go. This is crazy. Now would be the time if you want to be a little slightly bullish off of this support here. TQQ offered 55.50 to 56.50 almost. That's $1 per share. Almost $1 per share. I want to know if we get a rejection off of this moving average. Are we going to get a rejection and it's going to make lower lows? Or are we going to go past this and potentially go back up? Back up to 480 though, right? One hour moving average. Okay, holding. Let's see what happens, right? It's bouncing off of that 45 EMA on the 4 hour potentially. It's looking good. Let's see if this begins to be choppy or if this is just a nice clean bounce. Because that's what I was thinking too. Catch that support on that moving average and let it ride up, right? From 480 back to 490, that'd be a $10 per share profit. See if it holds. If it doesn't, I'll have to cut my losses. $30.15 would have been a nice place to buy if this shows confirmation, right? Instead of buying up here, I should have bought down here. Buy, buy, buy. We'll see if QQQ gets rejected here. Make lower lows. Not looking good, guys. Looks like the market is going to recover here. Might have to cut my losses on this one. Holding. Yeah, this thing's gonna slowly recover. Watch. I just hate to sell my position and then it sells off. You know what I mean? A lot of consolidation here. We're getting consolidation here at a lower low or a higher high. See what happens. QQQ still getting rejected off of this moving average on the 1 minute. I'm hoping we get another leg down is what I'm thinking. Possible another leg down leading up to the possible FOMC decision. I think they're going to try to de-risk a little bit. It's all based off of hope, hoping that we get a rate cut, but it doesn't mean we have to, right? We got a negative GDP. It only needs one more negative GDP to be in a technical recession. So I'm going to do my part and I'm going to hold my position of SQQQ. I'm going to hold as this begins to make that higher high is what I'm thinking. And yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date in the Discord today, and I'll give you guys a recap video later on after the trade's completed, or just if the market's about to close and I'm still in it, I'll give you guys an update. So I'd love to see you guys in the Discord. Definitely also consider following me on Instagram. I give you guys market updates, news, and also some motivational stuff as well. So definitely check it out. Like always, I appreciate your guys' time. And remember, let's end the year on a green note. Have a great day, guys.